Well, this is a sad percentage point about food here. Did you know that about 30 to 40% of the food supply goes to waste, just thrown out in the United States?
It's amazing. And almost half of that waste happens right in our own home. So what can we do? Here to teach us on how we can get our money's worth when it comes to the groceries is registered dietitian Stephanie Sassos. Stephanie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get right into it. How does food waste happen?
Well, you just said it. It's really some astounding statistics. And knowing that the US actually, believe it or not, compared to all other nations worldwide, we produce the most food waste. The average American per day is producing about a pound of food waste a day, which is crazy to think about. And, there's a couple different reasons for this. Number one being misunderstanding food labels, as well as foods expiring and foods going bad in the fridge that are sort of left over. But there are a couple tips that I'll share with you to help combat that in your home.
Okay, so let's start with that. How do we stop with all the food waste in our homes?
I think the first most important tip is to shop your fridge and pantry. I always say this is the ultimate way to give yourself a raise, right? Because not only does combating food waste help the whole planet, but it also is going to help your wallet. You're going to save money. So once a week, before you do that grocery shopping, take an inventory of what is in your fridge, your pantry, your freezer. Can you get creative and make some nutritious meals from a humble can of black beans, right? Transforming that into a unique black bean patty. There are foods in the back of the pantry that are calling your name. So take a look and see what you have on hand. This might also help reduce overbuying at the grocery store, okay? So that's the number one tip. My second tip, for those of you that are interested in composting, this might sound really daunting, but composting can actually be really simple. It's a way to take food scraps, peels, eggshells, anything of that nature, and keep those things out of landfills. It's going to help in terms of reducing methane and potent greenhouse gases. So I have a really nice compost bin right here. This is a countertop compost bin. This is from Bamboozle. It looks pretty, it looks great in your kitchen, and it actually has a very cool filter that keeps any odors out. So this is a great way to get introduced to composting, is trying just a small countertop bin to ease into things.
I'd be interested, how often do you have to empty that, and where do you empty it? Is there a bigger bin that you empty it into?
Yeah, so, it depends how much you're accumulating throughout the week. There are bigger bins. You can look to see in your town, look up any local places where you can put your compost. But sometimes you can even put it in the backyard, right in the soil, to nourish any sort of things that are growing, any plants of that nature.
And Stephanie, I'm just curious, what are some of the biggest culprits for food waste? Food that, takes up a lot of space, waste.
Yeah, this is a huge tip. I think it's different for everyone. My number one tip, keep a notepad near the fridge or the trash. And every week when you're throwing food out to clear out for the new groceries, write down what are those things that you're seeing you're throwing out. You're going to be shocked after 3-4 weeks. Some of these things are going to be a pattern. So a lot of times we're going to see bags of lettuce, different sorts of vegetables. Produce is really a huge culprit because it does tend to go bad quicker, as opposed to some of those canned goods, they have a longer shelf life.
Wow. All right. Stephanie, if people want to get more information from you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can visit us at goodhousekeeping.com. You can also catch the latest issue of Good Housekeeping on newsstands now. And we have a ton of food waste and sustainability content on the site. So that's definitely the place to go look.
All right. And I love your last name, by the way, Sassos.
I love it. I feel a kinship with you.
Tacañas.
Yasu.
All right.
All right. Good to see you, Stephanie. Thanks so much. We'll check back.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Sassos and Vassos.
That's right.
Drive Time Radio team. All right.